Thank you very much. I'd like to use 1 minute of the two to, there is an important invitation I did not mention earlier. As part of our strategy to onboard 70 million people in 4 years, we are looking to work with private agencies, banks, any private company that's interested to work with us on onboarding. The mechanism we have is this private company. Okay, so this private company would procure these biometric kits with their own financing, and for every registration, for every successful registration that they think they upload to our database, we're preparing a financial modality of compensation. How much do we pay for each profile that's uploaded to our system? So it's a very good business opportunity for anyone who's interested, despite your involvement as a relying party or as a KYC user. This is an important announcement I wanted to make, so please keep checking our website. In the next few days, we'll publish this. So both Mr. Tafari from Hebrat Bank and Mr. Tafari from Oromia Bank and Mr. Malak from Hebrat Bank, they are working with us. We're working on integration. But to address Mr. Tafari's question, your face and your hands and your eyes are your collateral. So that's the value add that we provide to Munir, to Abraham, and to you as well. You normally do not change your face or your hands. So those are important collateral. So that's our value proposition. So we're working on the Michu product with CBO and Kifia, and also other products as well. On Mr. Malaku's question of do you make it mandatory, how do you enforce? Yes, we do not have plans to make it universally mandatory. The proclamation, the current draft, it says it's up to you. You can take digital ID or not. But, however, here is the catch. Service providers or regulators, such as the National Bank, can enforce it to their particular sector. So if you want to use the bank, you have to have it. If you say, I don't want to have it, then you don't use the bank. So it's up to you to use that particular service. So that's the approach we have, especially learning from other benchmarks, such as the Huduma number from Kenya and other countries as well. It's not a good idea to make it universally mandatory. About the age limit, biometrics gets old. If you see me today, if you see me after 15 years, I may look different. So the same to the machine. The machine cannot identify an individual after certain years. So we plan to update biometrics. It's not as often as a regular ID card. It's not every 2 years, but typically it's between 5 and 10 years that you have to update your biometrics. And the issue of age limit, under a certain age, minors, especially under 10 years old, their face and their fingerprints change often, so it's not recommended to collect under 10. So digital ID is for everyone, from new birth to there is no upper limit. But biometrics is not for everyone. Biometrics is above a certain age, and that's also discussed in the draft law. To address Mr. Fraser's question, how do you deliver it? How fast can you capture biometrics? India has issued 1.2 billion digital ID in 7 years. We are 10% of the Indian population, and doing it in 4 years is a very relaxed, it's not ambitious plan, it's a very laid-back plan. We hope to do it in less than 4 years, hopefully with strong involvement of the service providers from the private sector as well. About the issue of TIN number, yes, TIN number captures biometrics, but so does immigration, so does federal police, so does Addis Ababa city government, for instance. But as I said, the fingerprint you gave 5 years ago to get your TIN number, one, does not serve a good deduplication purpose, and two, we do not completely rely on fingerprints because of the mistakes or the lessons learned from Ministry of Revenues and others, in that people who work in the farms, or if you are a mechanic, for example, your fingerprint is not readable, it gets damaged. So that's why we are also collecting iris. And so far, the only other project in Ethiopia that collects irises is Ministry of Education. And we're migrating the data there, about 1.5 million students. For non-natural persons, we do not issue digital IDs. Digital IDs only for natural persons. So for this one, we have to work with the Ministry of Revenues. So TIN number will still be valid for companies. We only issue digital ID for individuals, for the general manager or for shareholders, but not for the PLC.